Hi friends, thanks for joining me for Tassel Tuesday. Today I am working with this gorgeous fabric and we are going to make a very lovely, elegant tassel out of it, and I'm going to show you how I do it. This week the top of the tassel is a little bit different than anything we have ever done. Be sure to check out all of the Tassel Tuesday collaborators and give them lots of love and support. They will be listed in my description box. Okay friends, I am so excited that I was able to tear this fabric. I usually steer away from fabrics that I can't tear because I don't like cutting them. I prefer to tear them because they get a nice tattered edge and because it's much faster than cutting them, if I'm honest with you. So, and I'm into fast. I like to take my time in creating, but I don't like to take my time with like menial things that aren't thought-provoking for me, if that makes sense. And cutting fabric is not thought-provoking. So like when I'm putting a journal together, that's extremely thought-provoking. So I can take all the time. I can completely hyper-focus and take all the time in the world that I need. It doesn't bother me a bit. But you know, tearing fabric is just, it's fast, it's kind of organic, you know, so I prefer that. Now, what we're doing now, since it's torn, you know, usually, whether you're working with cotton or any other sort of fabric that's tearable, terrible, you know what I mean, that you can tear, there's gonna be some pieces that are gonna come off of the edges. And so I just like to, if I see them hanging off or getting ready to hang off, I'll just pull them. And that's what I do at this point in the project, is that, and I've got, there we go. So I'm going to go through each strand and do that. While I'm doing that, friends, I wanted to make a few announcements. First of all, this is an open collaboration and you can join in if you'd like. Use the hashtag Tassel Tuesday and link my channel in your description box as the host of Tassel Tuesday, and then I will be sure to link your video in my description box so that when people come to view my video, they will see that you're participating and they'll go check out your video too. The other thing I wanted to announce is December, we are going to have an open collaboration with Carol's Recrafted Boutique. She and I are collaborating once a month, and our collaboration is called Creating and Recrafting. And the major goal of our collaboration is to use things that we have in our stash. Use things that maybe you pull out of the recycling bin. Don't go out and buy things to create for this particular collaboration. Use what you have, whether it's been gifted to you in Happy Mail, whether you got it out of your recycling bin, it's been in your stash, whatever the case. If it's not new, then use it. Save your cash and craft your stash. So join us for that collaboration. The next one is going to be the second Monday of December. So join us for that. That'll be a lot of fun. Carol and I are doing that collab together and we would love to have you join us. That would be so awesome. Then the third announcement I wanted to make was that I believe that in January, let's just own this right now. In January, we're gonna begin doing Tassel Tuesday twice a month. We're gonna do it every other week. And I've been doing Tassel Tuesday for over a year now, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Every Tuesday, I love it, okay? I love my tassels. You guys know that. I'm passionate about making tassels, okay? But there's some other collaborations on Tuesdays that I actually would love to enjoy and join in on, at least sometimes. And so I think I don't typically put out 2 videos a day. I don't like to do that. I think that's a lot. That's just me, that's my style. Occasionally I will if it's like one's really short, like announcement or something, but that hardly counts. So at any rate, yes, we're gonna do Tassel Tuesday twice a month. It'll be every other week, and what I'll do as we get into December, I'll start putting the dates in my description box just as a reminder to you guys what dates they are. So just kind of wanted to update you on that. And I don't think there's anything else that I need to update you on in this video. So now that I have all these strings pulled, let's move to the next phase. So this material on each end, there is like this sewn piece. So before I even get started, I think I'll just clean both of the ends up, and that will be all taken care of, and I won't need to worry about it. Even though I usually trim the tassels, not always. Sometimes they come out and I don't need to trim them. So that's why I figured I'll just do this now. I'd rather do it, before I put the tassel together. Now we are going to do our next step, which I think I'll go ahead and do this as a puff top, although I do want to get back into doing some tutorials with other sorts of tops besides the puff top. So maybe, yeah, I need to put that back on the agenda. We were doing that. Each week I was, kind of doing a different top tassel. And then I started the gnome tassel collaboration, which I absolutely loved and enjoyed. And if you didn't see that, then if you click on my tassel playlist, you'll see the gnome tassels. And it was just so fun, you guys. And I loved them. And that was a collaboration I did with my friend Norma Lisa, the Misfit Florida Crafter, and that was just so much fun. But thinking about it, since this is such a regal looking color and fabric, maybe we will do a non-puff top with this. Maybe we'll go with a more streamlined top. So let's just get these fabrics laid out here, get our strips laid out, and then we can experiment with the top when we get there. And because any red ribbon I have is going to be a different shade red than this, right? So we can already know that. So we're gonna pull one of these out for the hanger, unless we decide to use one of these. Actually, let's take a look. What do we have here? So we could put the material on one of these clips, but here's my problem with this. With this material, it just doesn't work. It doesn't go. This is not pretty enough. It's not elaborate enough. So, yeah, we're not gonna do that with this particular tassel. Oh, but we could experiment, actually. Since we're thinking of experimenting, I had got this out for a different tassel that I was working on. And why don't we try to adhere the tassel to this somehow? My brain is thinking of it right now, but wouldn't that be neat? And then you could still hang it from, if you're gonna hang it on your wall, you could hang it. If you're gonna hang it on a tree, you could do that very easily. If you're gonna hang it on a junk journal, you could still do that because there's this, so you could put something, oh gosh, actually, this leaves so many options. You could attach it to a junk journal. You could thread this with a small thread and then, hook that on your junk journal. But then I was thinking of, what else was I thinking? I don't know, a bunch of ideas just blasted through my brain, and then I lost my train of thought because so many were coming through. But yeah, I think let's experiment with that, because look at the colors together. I think they look really nice. Let's do a little preliminary work here. Let's make sure this is gonna be even when we fold it in half. There it is, folded in half. That's pretty even. So this is about the center. So if I do this, and we're not committing quite yet, but look, it can hang down like this. It can hang on the side like this. or it can hang down in the big part, right? And then this could be, you know, another piece of ribbon could go through here and hang it. But I kind of like it like this. And then this could be, if you had a junk journal that had like an eyelet through it, then this could go right through the eyelet like that. And then it could be adhered that way. Still a something on the wall, a hook on the wall. You could hook this and hang it like that. With that in mind, I could actually just tie this in a knot. I don't know if I would like it. Let's do it just to see what happens, but we'll do it like loose. And then if we like it, we'll leave it, but otherwise we'll undo it and then wrap this on to secure it. But let's try it. You don't know until you try it, right? All right, like I said, we'll do it kind of loose, so if I want to undo it, I can. So that's loose enough for me to not have to struggle. Okay, so the problem with that is, look, it's kind of messy, right? It's just not. So we're not gonna do that, but I'm glad we tried. I'm glad we experimented because it was worth experimenting. Good thing I left it loose because that was hard enough to get back open. All right, so now let's get back to where we were. I'm gonna shake this out, make sure it's still, you know, pretty even. It looks good, looks good. This is so gorgeous, I love it. So what we're gonna do is, let's just take this, tie it around here, and that will secure these in place. Hopefully, it should, honestly, it should. If I tie this really nice and tight, it should not be a problem. And we're gonna do it right underneath the pin. So this is gonna be very, hopefully, sleek looking. I'm going for that. Oh yeah, that's gonna work just fine. Okay, now before I tighten it all the way, I'm gonna tug on these. Make sure they're pulled down as far as they can be. Oh, I'm loving this, guys. Whoops. I'm loving this. This is great. So fun to do something new, right? I love the little Nomi tassels because they were new and that was fun. You know, I hadn't done that before. So just pull them super tight, and now we're gonna double knot it. Oh, I'm in love with this already. Oh my goodness. Okay. So here we are. It's super long, and I might leave it, I might just trim it and make it kind of even, but I will probably leave it relatively long because it's dramatic. And then if somebody orders it and they're like, hey, can you make it 7 inches? Yeah, I will do that. But this fabric is so dramatic that what if somebody loves it long and dramatic? Like if it was hanging on a journal, and so let's pretend it was hanging on a journal like right here, and this was just puddling on, you know, the bookshelf, right? Wouldn't that be just gorgeous? So yeah, I'm gonna leave it long, and then if somebody would like it short, if you order this and you want it shorter, just let me know. Be happy to do that for you. All right, so now we have to embellish this one. It's just too gorgeous not to, so let's go ahead and do that. So I went ahead and I got my box of beautiful glass beads out because I thought that would be perfect with this particular tassel. And I went ahead and made some, well, I put the beads on the really short eye pins. So I have a handful of those. I used a nice deep red, I used a green, and then I used a cream color, and then I also used this very, very deep, it's like blackish brown. I thought that would be nice. So I have those ready, and now I was gonna go ahead and take a look in, actually, let me see what we have here. We have a couple of things. Oh, that's not gonna work now. We've got this box again, and let's take a look and see if there's anything that we would like to add. Okay, like that would be really pretty. Yeah, let's keep that out. Let's see what else we have. This rose is kind of neat. It blends a little too much with the fabric, but it's kind of neat. I like that. And then we've got this rose heart. I actually should probably save that for Valentine's Day, but it sure is pretty, right? And then we have these. I love these. I love these so much. These were given to me in Happy Mail, and I love them. Whoops. So those are kind of nice, and this almost has a pink hue to it, so let's put those back. This one has, you know, silver, gray, well, mirror-like, if you will. This one's purple. Let's put this back. So then we have black, and then we have the silver one. I love this the most, though. And then let's see, we have all these little porcelain Santa Clauses, which that actually could look cute on there. And then let me see what else we have, if we have anything more elegant than cute would be what I would be looking for. I don't really want cutesy for this particular tassel, but let me see what we have. Candy cane is possible, although I don't know, this has more of a regal look than that. Yeah, I think, I don't think so, guys, because this just has such a rich regal look. I don't think any of those work. Now, what might work is a key. This is a wooden key, and I have these keys, as you know. All right, friends, I'm super torn between using the key, which looks fantastic, or using this and then adding these bead dangles that I'm creating, which, whoops, will also look really nice. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and create these bead dangles, and then we'll try it on before we make anything permanent. And all I'm doing is I'm taking, you can see how I made these. Let me make sure these are in frame. They're just little singulars. And so what I'm doing is I'm opening one end simply by turning the closed part over to the side. And then I am attaching another one like that. And then I am putting the closed part, I'm just twisting it right back into place. And I'm just gonna do 3 of those in a row. These are really small eye pins, and I don't like working with the small ones, which is why I chose to work with them. And I know that probably sounds silly, but I knew that I could use them with a single glass bead, and I just thought that would be a good way to use them. Otherwise, they'll end up going to waste. They'll just be sitting there forever, and I don't want that to happen. But they're just so tedious for me. I'm not so great with, you know, the tiny little things like this. But I'm trying. All right, I'm gonna close this up, and then I'll show you the little bead dangles when I'm done. All right, friends, so I went ahead and added these strands that I created to this really pretty piece. And if you look in the center here, there is a green stone. This might have been given to me in Happy Mail. I don't think this is a piece that I took apart from a necklace that I had. I think this was given to me. Anyway, I love it. So now we're gonna go ahead and attach it to this, and I pulled this large ring. It's not the biggest one I have. If I need to get a bigger one, I will. And I'm gonna hoop it around the tie, and then I'm gonna attach this to it. All right, friends, I am very happy with this beautiful, elegant tassel. Here it is. It's on this antique look clothespin. We have matching hardware and this beautiful piece, and then the bead dangles that I created hanging from it. This luscious material, very elegant, very nice. I made this with the theme of Christmas in mind, but honestly, this could be used for anything. If you were gonna do this with a junk journal, it could be any sort of elegant junk journal that happens to have old world colors in it. This could certainly be used for Christmas decor on your tree, hanging in your dining room, you know, wherever. This does open, so that might provide some flexibility for you. You could add beautiful beads here if you wanted to, just on this side though, you can't hang them on this side. So anyway, I think it's absolutely beautiful. I will take some pictures of it. Thanks for watching. See you soon.